Hello you guys, welcome to another session of the maths videos, and we're looking at the 4 types of graphs that you need to know. There are only 4 types of graph that you need to know for your grade 11 maths functions and graphs topic, and the graphs are as follows, and we're going to go through them in more detail I think later on in the video. So the types of graphs that we need to know are expressly 1, straight lines, also known as linear graphs. Pay close attention. That already tells you that you're dealing with a line graph. Usually it's of this form. That is the basic graph for this one. But we see it in its expanded form as being y equals to mx plus c. But this is the basic graph, the y equals to x one. And this graph something like that. Okay? We move on to the second one. We need to learn about the parabolas. Okay, these ones are also known as your quadratic graphs. Okay, their format is such that y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, and this is the form in which we're used to seeing them as but the basic graph is y is equals to x squared, and that's the graph that we're going to draw here. Okay. The third type of graph that we need to know are the hyperbolic graphs, which or the hyperbolas, and which we also know as the inverse graphs. Now, what we mean by all this is that the function is usually going to be, this is the basic function, okay? And that's the one that we're going to draw for, but you can find it in many different types, which we're going to explore again. Okay, then we look at the hyperbolic graphs, which have the basic format y equals to 1 over x. Okay, and those ones can also be seen in the expanded form as y equals to a over x minus p plus q graphs. Okay, we're going to be discussing about the a, p, and q in more detail in later videos, but right now we just want to look at the basic graphs and how we are able to transform them. Here, I'm going to place a line of asymptote. Again, we have another video series which discusses what we call a line of asymptote, or a turning point, or a y-intercept, and all of that, which we're going to see in a different video. So a line of asymptote is given in the green color. Okay, so these are the points where the graph approaches but does not necessarily cut or cross. Right. And then last but not least, the fourth graph that you need to know, the fourth basic graph that you need to know, is going to be the exponential graph. Okay. And for this graph, it's more or less a power type of graph. The general format for the basic one is really just knowing this here. That's the one that we're going to draw for. But the expanded format is the one that you guys are going to meet very often. That one right there. So the one that we're going to draw here are the following. Okay. Like that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. These are the basic graphs that we're going to be using for all other transformations that we're going to be looking at in later videos. Goodbye.